Hello, good afternoon. It's Saturday today and I'm out here working in the garden. We're at the Oasis Garden, your place, 236 Wellington Street in Grimsby. And I just thought I'd show you what I'm up to today. There's never a good time to stop in the garden, there's always something to do. And if you don't keep on top of it, it gets on top of you. So, let me just show you this, lad. Now, when it comes to autumn winter, you've got two choices. You either strip all the leaves from the beds, or you leave all the leaves on there to compost. Now, I'm not bothered what you do, but I'll tell you what I do. I take them all off. The reason being, if I was to leave them on there, yeah, it would be a nice home for all the insects, for all the slugs and the snails to last throughout the winter, but there are plenty of homes here. We've got plenty of clumps of plants that I can't get into the centre of where they can live quite happily through the winter. But in this bed there are lots and lots of spring flowers. So if I was to go down here, look, just down there even, there's some forget-me-nots. There's lots of honesty, some triechiums, all sorts of bits and bobs coming up in there that I want to protect. Now, I don't want these leaves sitting on them all the way through the winter. The other reason for me is I don't want them to soak up or the leaves to soak up all the moisture from the rains this autumn and winter. I want this rain to go down into the soil to the roots so that it gets to these plants, because some of them, as you can see, are quite big now and they need all the moisture they can get, because we are basically on concrete here with an alleyway and houses either side, so they need as much water as they can get. But for one other reason, we have lots of daffodils and tulips in this bed. Now, if I was to leave these leaves on there over winter, then when would I clear them off? They don't just naturally compost, they'll rot down, but as they're rotting down they're taking nitrogen from the surroundings, so that's no good for the plants. When it comes to spring and all these daffodils and tulips are coming up, I don't want to be going in between them with fingers or with a trowel or with a hoe trying to get the leaves out. I'm causing too much damage, and too much damage to the leaves and the shoots of the young plants that haven't yet come through. So my choice is I'll open this piece of land up. I'll get rid of all the leaves every couple of weeks ago, so it's not a big job. Now, I'm trying not to drag mud off, but I am dragging a little bit off. But once I've cleared it of leaves, once the trees and this forsythia here and the orchidea, once they've all lost the leaves, well, the orchidea won't, but once the others have lost all the leaves, then I'll be able to start on weeding this bed and getting everything out that I don't want. Then we can start planting it up with spring plants. So, even though we're in the middle of November, it's a gorgeous warm day. Get out and get some fresh air and exercise if you can do. Maybe a walk on the beach, maybe clearing up some leaves, but get them onto that compost heap. Oh yeah, one more thing, just let me show you this. I don't just pick these leaves up, I go over them with a lawnmower. That chops them all up into a fine group of cuttings, which will all go onto the compost heap, which will rot down and make us some lovely compost to go back on the soil. So nothing's wasted. Bye.